We're gonna try this. We're gonna try it. Let's see if my kids, they're yelling at each other. They're supposed to be asleep. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Paint It Live. Hope you guys are having a good Monday evening. Yeah, let's see how much of this painting we can get done before these kids come and yell at each other. Some more tonight. We're painting some X-Force. So we get some cable guy, and he's mostly done. He needs some touch-up stuff. He needs a little bit of work here. He's not looking too bad, but this is what we're going to work on tonight. Let me know if you have any questions, any comments, or threats. I am going to hop in just for fun. Just for fun. I'm going to go hop into our little on-air. Because why not? Right? Because why not? There we go. So, this is what we're working on tonight. Cable, and we're working on some taco truck stuff. Also, we're working with the new Pro Acryl paints that they have available at Comic Quest. So, I'll be talking a little bit about that, hopefully, as we paint. But right now, we're going to go with a non-Pro Acryl color to finish off Cable's cloak here. I need kind of like a taupe color here. So I'm going to do it something like this green-brown. Right, so that's what we're going to work on. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or threats. Hey, what's up, Nelson? Yeah, I was supposed to be on last night, but just couldn't. Last night was we actually was pretty fun. We just did a lot of family time yesterday. So watching some anime with my boys last night. So yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, my son Octavius is really enjoying Miyazaki movies, so we watched some Spirited Away last night, and he has been enjoying the Miyazaki stuff. So anyways, yeah, this is what we're working on. Working on some cable here, and I need to I'm going to freshen up his cloak because we did get a little bit of a wash on it, but and it, like washes typically do, they sometimes settle in odd places. So we're kind of on a hodgepodge of stuff. I'll show you the rest of the set, which is basically done. Working on the truck is kind of the slower part of all this, but so let's work on some cable first. Right, and this is just me adding some green-brown to the cloak. And as you can see, I mean, the way the cloak is cut here, you can work pretty quickly on all this. Right? Okay. And I'm just basically getting rid of bonding time is important. Yeah, I totally agree. They usually go to bed somewhat early. They went to bed around 9 last night, which is what they're trying to do tonight too. The only difference is last night I did not kick on the camera because I don't know, I wasn't at a good spot to hold a camera in front of anything to paint. So yeah, that's why we're here and we're streaming tonight instead of last night. Okay. All right, and we have to. I need to shade the his cybernetic arm there. And I was using that navy gray wash, but that's not cutting it. I'm going to need something that will kind of jump into the cracks a little bit better. So I am going to go with some P3 armor wash in this case. Old school armor wash. All right, and let's see how much of this I can get working here. But yeah, Cable's pretty, like he's in pretty good shape. I just want this to kind of jump into those cracks there. And armor wash is really good for this type of work. You can see it's already starting to jump in to those cracks. And it's just got a little bit better intensity. Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, no worries. Like I said, it kind of worked out a bit just because, you know, I took my kids to Knott's in the morning and we were done around 11. And so I was like, well, my idea was to try to get a game from like, you know, 12 to 2 or 12 to 3 and then come back and spend the rest of the day with my boys. But it also kind of worked out anyways. We just had a good relaxing weekend as a family. Okay. And you can see Cable here is looking pretty good. Right? Okay. Is there anything? I mean, there's not much left to do on him. Let me let's let that wash dry and see how that turns out. I think that's going to turn out pretty well. But we might as well show you the rest of this whole set. So you've seen Viper. So there's Viper. Really like her. Great sculpt. She kind of has this skin here is by AK. It's got a nice little warm glow to it that I really like. So you saw Viper, you saw Sin, right? I like them. You also saw Bob. Bob is looking really cool. So there's Bob. And then the ones you haven't seen yet, Domino. So Domino, very simple paint design and very simple paint scheme. Yeah, I know what you mean by feeling antisocial. Sometimes you just want to, right? You just need the quiet and the solitude. I totally get that. And then we got the main man, Deadpool, looking pretty cool, right? Yeah. So that's all good and fun. I need to fix something of my own here before we move over to the taco truck, because I keep having this problem and I'm going to try to fix it here on stream. It's one particular MCP model of mine that will not stay together, and it's really starting to bug me. So let's get him going here. All right, so it's just a sploosh and a lizard that we need to attach. And I prefer to use plastic cement to try to get this to stick together, but it just has not panned out, right? I'm trying to figure out, how did I do this before? It was kind of like, pretty sure this goes like that. Yeah, pretty sure that goes that goes like that. And then if I could attach that to the back as well. So let's apply some plastic cement to both. It's like really gooey in there. Let's see. But let's put some plastic cement in there, and then I also want a little plastic cement here. I'm almost out of this plastic cement. Yeah. Did manage to get in a game with this team, with my tournament 10, right? My tournament 10, which you guys know is mostly Web Warriors, but also it has the capability to pivot over to the ability to pivot over to spider foes if I need it to. Why? It seemed like it fit really nicely like this, right? If I do that. Maybe it goes like, maybe it goes like that. Let's try to get this to just stick. I'm going to hold this for a minute. See if I can get it to actually to bond. All right. Looks like that might stay. Hoping it does. Ah, man. There we go. It should. This is how it went originally. Poor Lizard. I really like Lizard, the character from the comics, but he is sadly very underwhelming in MCP. He is sadly, I jumped on Lizard and Kraven. That's the set that officially got me into MCP, was Lizard and Kraven, right? Because, I get to run Sinister Six. I really love Sinister Six from the comics, and I was hoping that I could run with Rhino and Vulture and all that stuff, and I probably will when they come out with those. But so I bought them, painted them up, and then by the time it came around to putting together my tournament 10, it just wasn't in the cards really to run a good true Sinister Six. Dynamic point at this point, MCP. Yeah, I think MCP, honestly, when you factor in night models, their customer service, and just kind of how inaccessible and odd they've made their game for people to try to get into. I hate to say this, but I'm going to put MCP as a better game, in my opinion, because of that. I like the Batman rules better. I like the crews better. I like the characters better. But MCP exists, right? And you can play it. It's around. right? Night Models has really dropped the ball this time around when I was really, when I'm really in a position to compare them directly head to head. They really screwed that up. So, anyways, let's look at this truck, this taco truck, which you may or may not hate, but that's okay. If you hate it, we can always change the color. But just so you know, I went for something really goofy and ugly and beat up. So here we go. So so here's the taco truck so far. Here's what I'm working on. Um, I want to paint I need to paint a really flat paint in here to make that chalkboard. And looks like the texture is kind of bad on it, but whatever. And you can see it's like a beat up purple look. So you can see the paint is like real faded. I'm kind of make it I can kind of make it dirty there. There's like the metal here is kind of weird. The roof is got dirt on the roof. Right, that there's weathering. That there's dirt here. It's just that I just think of a taco. It should be a really dirty looking taco truck. But anyways, let's go ahead and start painting. I want to paint the symbols here on this. So we're going to start with the taco itself, which is going to be we're going to use NMM gold bases. The taco. Yeah, I also had half a thought that. Oh, thanks, Nelson. I also had half a thought that this would be like you could. The scale is a little weird, but I'm like you could use it for Batman too. But it's too. The MCP scale is definitely more heroic than the Night Model's Batman scale. So yeah, I thought about that for a second. I'm like, this reminds me of Joker, and that's cool. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe you could, maybe we could use it for MCP. I don't think it's quite the right scale for MCP. I mean, for BMG. But it's gonna be just fine. So, real 80s look on this. Whoa. All right. Does this thing have a taco here? Yeah, it does have a little taco here. So we'll paint that the same color. Reminds me of those beat up taco trucks. They're shitty paint. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, my work, there's still taco trucks that kind of roll past. And I saw one the other day that had a very similar paint job to this. It had a purple. It was purple, but it was definitely like spray painted on. It was pretty jacked. that. Does that work? Okay. Sorry. It's like my sound. I had some sound. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I think my headset dropped out for a minute there. So, anyways, should be okay now. Let me know if you're not getting good sound. Okay. Anyways, so a little bit of water here. So we want kind of this teal color here. Yeah, I had to turn on. I think the problem was on my side, Nelson. The my headset kind of reset the signal. Whoa, got a little mistake there on Deadpool's eye. But don't worry, this is all designed to be fixable, so not the end of the world here. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and let's get this surfboard here. Okay, and then let's do the big surfboard over on this side. And I'll also use this teal to help touch up the window work a little bit as well. This is good for that. Right. So we'll just start building up that color. So after this, I do have another set of stuff to paint for Andrew, but I should be able to move through that reasonably quickly if you want another commission done. Because I'm just duplicating what I did for Andrew last week. All right. So now here's the cool part. I'm just gonna paint in the windows here. They're already kind of blue, as you could see. So this just gives us a right, some better definition on these window pieces. And you can see that this teal is not covering the best, because it's going to do that, right? And our job is to let that dry and even it out. So it's probably going to be two coats of this teal to get it to cover. But I don't want, it doesn't have to be a solid opaque, because you'll see we're going to fade these windows out a little bit, right? So you can see that first coat not really covering, which is okay. Just trying to get the the initial coat down. Everything point except Sinister. Oh yeah, no worries. I like it because having an entire painted set of MCP means I get to paint through all the stuff I like, and I don't have to keep it. Right? That's always been my struggle with miniature games. Is I love all the miniature games, and I love so many sculpts that I'm like, oh man, I really want to paint it, but I've realized I don't want to own it. So this works out. This little arrangement works out just great. All right. So we'll let that dry. And then in the meantime, I want to paint the initial color of that blackboard. So I'm going to paint that a black gray. And this is where Vallejo paints really come into their own, because I really want a black, a very matte finish on that chalkboard. Right on this blackboard, I want it a very matte finish, so that we can write the menu on there. Now my freehand writing with a brush probably gonna be kind of terrible, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, so let's give that a minute. Let's paint the other surfboard here, which I think should either be orange. I'm kind of a fan of orange, so I think I want to try it. Let's try orange, and if we don't like it, we change it, right? So we're going to use this Pro Acryl. Which I used the other day, and it's a pretty bright orange. I actually like it. And let's see. You can borrow yours? Nice. Oh no, I mean, as far as tournaments though, like for MCP, I just realized that I'm like pretty happy with my tournament 10. Ooh yeah, this is not gonna cover great on the first coat. But it's orange, right? We expect orange not to cover very well. Oop. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the current tournament 10 I have, which is Web Warriors and Spider Foes. What I'm planning on doing is when Moon Knight comes out, I'll move my Web Warriors tournament 10 will just be its own tournament 10, right? In other words, I'll have a tournament 10 for Web Warriors that is only playable as Web Warriors. So I'll just have basically a pure roster. I'll still have Black Widow in there, as a 2-point filler. But for the most part, it's going to be all Web Warriors. I think I still have room for another 3.2, but I haven't decided who the 3-point should be. Okay, so let's put those down. So the Pro Acryl orange, you can see, you know, it's orange. It's not going to cover well on the initial paint here, but we'll build it up with a couple of layers of good color. And we've got a lot of red to paint. Right, so at the time Moon Knight comes out, my plan is to finally split the Web Warriors and Spider Foes into their own tournament 10s. And then flesh out those 10s a little bit more. Alright, so let's start with that yellow there. Then you've got, that orange there. Let's paint this little flaming area here orange. Okay, and then let's paint the beginnings of the headlights. Let's paint those orange. Okay, so far so good. This is a reflective side light there. Let's change that. Wait, yeah. Let's make that orange. And let's give this a break for a second. Okay, let that all kind of dry. Web Warriors are very cost efficient for what they do. That's why they're top tier. Yeah, and their control is just so good. They're just so insanely good at the control game. All right, I picked up some red. Where'd it go? I picked up some red Pro Acryl today, and that's what I wanted to try out. Wow, I picked up a bunch of Pro Acryl stuff today. Hey, what's up, Jose? All right, so we are going to use this Pro Acryl red, but before we do that, we're going to use right now what is like my go-to red undercoat color, and this is from AK. This is AK Wine Red. So the AK paints and the Pro Acryl paints are really killing it for me. They're awesome. Really enjoying using these paints. They cover really well. They flow out pretty well. Yeah, and I'm just having a good time. Messing around with them. All right. Hey Jose, I had a question for you actually. I was gonna ask, just out of curiosity, because I saw. I'll switch subjects here real quick. But down at the range, I saw some HK P2000s on sale, and I was wondering if those meet your criteria as a gun snob. Like, are those going to be able to cut it? Are they not? They're not good enough. All right. So this is wine red. This is the undercoat for the actual red I'm gonna put down. I know you're a US P45 guy, but they wanted the pricing, as you know, on consignment stuff is going to be crazy. So they wanted 900. They want 992, which I know is a high cost, high price for a P2000. Not the end of the world. I mean, I've seen much higher for some other popular. They make the cut. Wow. So they would pass muster on the gun snob test. Okay, good to know, sir. I am not interested in purchasing them because I'm in the market for 45. I need to reunite Jason with his with the Rock Island that is my gun technically, but that he has formed a special bond with. So I need to make that gun available for him. Okay. Right. So this. I don't know for sure. I want to say they're 9s, but if they're 45s, I will seriously consider it. Right? Be one hell of an expensive truck gun, though, that's for sure. The grand opening? Where is this at? Oh, by the Baja Fish Taco. Really? Right there? That's so 2 seconds from my house? Is that what you're talking about, Jose? 2 seconds from my house. In that plaza? I'm going down there. I'm going to go check it out. Speaking of which, your passport. Yes! Nice! Alright, dude. Well, we got to do a little dross, and you got a PCC coming your way. Nice. I smell a range day coming on, fellas. We're going to want to do that soon. All right. Dang, if I'd known about that, I would have made that happen, dude. Oh well. It's okay. I got in a little, at least I got in an MCP game with Sean. That was fun. God, does this mean MCP is kind of becoming my jam now? Maybe. Maybe. It's winning me over with its widespread accessibility and very low mental fatigue, right? Like I said, I was brand new to the game, walked in and played a 3-round tournament, and did not suffer any mental fatigue afterwards. Right? Big win for me. All right. So while we're here, let's get the brake lights in. What town is Wade Wilson supposed to be from? It's a fun game, not as deep as Malifaux, but so many of us play it. Yeah, exactly. It's winning me over with just how it's, you know, like my biggest, the only reason, and I mean the only reason I would ever consider playing 40K is the simple fact that I know I can get games in, right? You know you can find games, and if you're one of those gamers that is not interested in leading a community through a new game or anything like that, the temptation to just say, screw it, I'm going to jump in and play some 40K is a real temptation for folks. Luckily, it's not for me. But as far as my pick for accessible, quote unquote mainstream game, this is going to be it for me because it's an accessible mainstream game as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, you can squeeze in like 3 games and it's still fun with yeah. But but that said, I will say that even then, even with the low mental fatigue, I was still reasonably impressed with what, with what I could do with my little Web Warriors team. You can still have fun little tactical things that you do during your game. Right? Especially with Web Warriors, because they are about like controlling the board and pulling off the shenanigans and all of the great Catman moves that I'm very fond of. So, oof. I wonder if Sean's gonna hop on. He might hop on. We could talk a little bit about our game today, which was Spider Foes versus Wakanda. Ooh. And I took plenty of photos of it, and we'll probably do a battle report for it. So stay tuned for that. Ooh. Why is that? Okay. Game so young will only get depth. Yeah, the problem, the main issue I have with the game is I just, I hate list building. I'll never be the kind of person that is looking for like the most insane combos. I like games where the list building is a little more restrictive so that, so it kind of forces the gameplay to the board and what you can do on the board. These eyes are so crooked. They're crooked Deadpool Eyes. Yeah. I don't know. See, Jose likes list building. I hate it personally. But, he can make the ridiculous theme lists, which is fine. But like the power gamer guys can make like the stupid lists that they want to run. Okay, let's see if I can get these eyes even. And I can, they're just gonna be small. There we go. Alright, so they're even now, but they're tiny. Okay. The parents. Alright. Let's do a second coat on the teal. Oh, I forgot to do. Oops. Oh, honestly, before I do the second coat on the teal, I gotta do the black. That's not the black. The balance is good having bring both. Yeah. I think I understand really that ultimately, like playing in that one tournament was fun, but that's just not, I'm just not gonna be that. I don't know. Just the game does not interest me on that level. Once you've played Guild Ball and you realize, what the competitive miniature gaming scene really should be more like, in my opinion. No thanks. I don't want to play this in a competitive sense. I will still play it, like when I play my friendly games, I will still use the, tournament 10s and 8 cards and whatnot, mainly because it makes the game faster and it will help me kind of tighten up my understanding of my teams. In case of bolt action, you can make it historically. Yeah. So you get the Deadpool Eyes here with the little hearts as he is in love with his tacos. So I'm just gonna paint that in black, right? And we'll fix those lines, right? Because that's way too broad, and we'll go with the red and clean all that up in a minute. But let's do all of that blocking right now while we can. I also, I was at Big Lots today, and I'll show you something in a minute. Hold on. Yeah, it's just a fun, what this game, where the slot that it's kind of taken up for me right now, not permanently, but right now, it's kind of taken up that Aristea, right? Quickly throw down a fun miniatures game that's got a fair amount of tactics and characters I really enjoy. It's kind of taken up that spot for me right now. Aristea is not adding anything for a while, so it's kind of good that we have this MCP right now. Okay. Hold on one sec. I'll show you guys what, my proud shopping today. Did I remember to bring it in? Did I leave it in the car? I may have left it in the car in my shame. I thought I brought it down here. Maybe I didn't. Double check. Thought I brought it in, but maybe I did not. Could have sworn I carried those suckers in. Here they are. Okay. These might be a little big. And if they're too big, then guess what? Well, let me show you. So I was at Big Lots today. No, they're a little big. They're a little big. They're not that. Here's the truck. And there's the cop car. Right? They're not that far off scale. With the wheels. It's not bad. Right? Found these at Big Lots. A little fun, little doors open, and right, a little cop car. And a pickup. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that scale's pretty good. Right? $6 at Big Lots. And there's a bunch. You could buy like the fancy, the super exotic cars if you want. I know my 4-year-old's gonna run off with those. They walk up to the register. Oh yeah. Lady's like, "How old is your son?" And they're like, "Oh, I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. Oh, how adorable. You're such a good dad for getting them gifts." Yes, that's exactly. Thank you. I am a good dad. Thank you. Ooh. But yeah, those are cool. I like those. All right. Another coat of teal going down. Let's get the windows again. What's cool about the windows is I'm going to hit them with like a crystal glass coat that does actually make this stuff look like glass. It's pretty cool. You can see my highlight coat is not 100%. It's just trying to get most of the top part of it. Yeah, I guess I'll try to head, Jose, to that new shop. I'll try to head there during my lunch tomorrow just to check it out. I mean, if it's a grand opening, they better have stuff to sell, right? Okay. But yeah, I don't know, man. MCP is just good times. I know and Jake and some of my old friends. They had Jake had fun last time he came down and met all of us down here. So he's gonna try to talk a couple of his other buddies that are playing MCP to come down as well. So it should be good. Okay. Let's get more of this red down. So now we're gonna get the red glove here, right? And we're gonna tighten up all this. And then we'll get like an actual red color on this, because this is wine red. It's kind of got a purple tone to it, but it's so nice as an undercoat for like scarlet. Yeah, you'll see in a minute when I hit the scarlet on this. It's gonna actually look really nice. Okay, let's do. This is really just kind of another cleanup coat. I gotta do the orange. Did I tell you how much I love Mysterio? Mysterio's so great. Mysterio basically walking around with the Venom bodyguard today, just trolling the shit out of the Wakanda guys. Let's do black right here. There we go. Okay, let's get another coat of the orange down. Oh, I also want another coat of this down. Right, help me get the chalkboard down. Okay, now let's get the next coat of orange. These color schemes here just remind me of Saved by the Bell. Yeah, Pro Acryl paints they're covering pretty well. But I'll sharpen them up with probably with some inks. The new X-Men sculpts look amazing. Hey, what's up, Sean? So yeah, a little disappointed that we didn't get Nightcrawler or Kitty Pryde, but that's okay. They got to get to those characters sooner. The main question is, will we see Jubilee before or after we see Nightcrawler and Kitty Pryde? Okay. Kind of doing a thicker coat here of this orange. They're looking pretty good so far. Okay. Do one more little coat here of the orange on these, and then like these are gonna hit. We're gonna hit with yellow too. So. Okay. All right. Let's in fact, let's paint some of these tacos in. I like that the sprue has literally just tacos that you glue down in whatever configuration you want. So these tacos will go like that. Jubilee or Dazzler. Just not popular X-Men. I still like Dazzler. But you have to have long shot too. Who is terrible. I hate long shot, but that's okay. All right. So yeah, we're just gonna. I'm just highlighting certain parts of this. The little straw dispenser right here. Need more villains, agree. So what is your guys' pick for, what should we see next? What's if you got to decide what the next MCP mini is, what would you pick? So if I had absolute power over what miniature came out next for MCP, it would probably be, for me, it would probably be Sunfire. Yeah, it would probably be Sunfire. Just because if I would have to be in full control in order for Sunfire to get a dedicated mini. All right. Oop. Almost ready to. Let's highlight this red, but before we do that, there's still one more color we got to block in on the logo. All right. There's actually technically two more colors, and I have. New Silver Samurai. It's a good choice. I mean, I wouldn't hate that if that was actually what we got. I would be pretty down for that. But Sunfire? That would be pretty awesome. All right. Kitty's teleportation phasing could be very strong. Could be. Well, her teleportation, that would require a stupid amount of power. So I'm not too worried about that. But the phasing, she should be able to just do like every turn. So if she was a 2-threat, they could make her a very durable 2-threat with a medium move that is not impeded by anything. You could also make her like totally immune to crits. Alright, so you got this little neck here for Proacryl, so that can go there. And that will go there. These tend to have... Vulture and Scorpion are coming back. Oh, Shadowcat picks Spiral, also an awesome choice. What's up, Shadowcat? Yeah, that's a great choice. Let's shake up this green here a bit. All right, so this is just a basic ass green. And the Proacryl stuff does that a bit. So you get a little cap on the end there. But what's nice is the way those nozzles works. It's always easy to keep them clean. All right. So we're gonna do a little bit of lettuce on the tacos, because why not? Lettuce here. Okay, cool. All right. I'm starting to change my mind about the orange. The Proacryl orange is not. It's not really cutting it. I may have to switch back to Vallejo for the orange, because Vallejo does have a good orange that we can use. If I can find it. I think what we'll do. In fact, let's go with this fiery brown or filthy brown, just because it'll cover better. And actually, yeah, it'll cover better, and it's close to that orange anyway. The leader or about so Hulk bad guys. That's what I'm getting there, Sean. That's what I'm getting. Which I am not going to disagree with. Those would be fairly cool. I also would like to see Silver Sable, because it's just a great character. There we go. See that? Vallejo. Yeah. Vallejo, you still got it. You still got it, Vallejo. You can fix a lot of this stuff. So Proacryl is good, but it's not like the most amazing thing ever. Still has some weaknesses in the palette, just like every other paint line. Every paint line, including Vallejo here, has weaknesses in the palette. But let's go ahead and at least make the surfboards look whole. To Vallejo, and I get it, we're going over 2 coats of Proacryl, but you should be able to tell that the Vallejo is just fixing it immediately. I also have the Proacryl. I picked up some Proacryl primer, because I want to benchmark it against Stynylrez and see if Pro Acryl makes a decent airbrush primer. And Stynylrez is like the best out there for airbrush primers, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. Maverick would be cool. See, you guys picking some good ones. So I take it, Shadowcat, are you playing MCP too, or just kind of following the releases and stuff? And if you are playing MCP, what's your favorite affiliation to play right now? All right. Let's ooh. Let's put a little bit of yellow down on the fire parts. So this is the Pro Acryl yellow. It's a very bright yellow. We're going to use it here. Right. Just going to paint a little outline here on the Deadpool taco symbol, right? Now that's a fun, you can tell it's a very fun bright yellow I've got, and it's making it really is making that logo pop. That's quite nice. All right. All right, so now let's try the Pro Acryl red. I didn't prep this one yet, right? We still have this still has the seal. So I'm going to shake this up. I think they will drop Doom when they decide to do Fantastic Four. Probably, yeah, that makes sense. And then She-Hulk will have another affiliation. Okay. She-Hulk pretty dope in this game. All right, let's try some of this Pro Acryl red, which is a very pretty intense red. Let's just get enough. Now you don't need to thin these so much. You just thin them just enough to get them to flow, and then you're good to go, right? So use a little bit of red here. I'll call out this Deadpool symbol up front. Okay, that's actually quite nice. Let's go straight over to here. Let's get all of Deadpool's fingers with this bright Pro Acryl red. Now I use this, oh no, not this one. I used a different red on the Deadpool Mini. You can see that really. Wow, that really does jump out. Once you have that good AK undercoat on it. This red really does jump out kind of nicely. Right? Does Beast get onto Avengers roster? I don't know. I can check real quick, or if somebody has a Danger Room app on them up, they can check. Someone in the chat. Well, that's nice. Yeah, this red's nice. I'm going to use a different red for the brake lights. This is a, but yeah, this red is not effing around. It's a big, pretty strong red. I'll check. I'll check for you in a second here, Shadowcat. Okay. Oh, Sean already got it. Thanks, Sean. Yes, he is. Yeah, they tend to be pretty. They tend to try to keep it pretty accurate with the affiliations. If characters are on multiple or part of multiple affiliations. Okay. Looking pretty good so far. Let's get some yellow on these headlights. Okay. And then put a red here on the taillights. And then I'm going to continue to dinge up this truck a little bit more. I don't need it to be. We don't need this truck to be like absolutely perfect in every regard. But we do. Oh. Okay. All right. Still going to want a second coat of Vallejo just to help even this out. This is one fancy ass taco truck. Oops. A little bit of cleanup to do there. Probably going a little faster than I should on some of these. If they will ever make Sunstorm or Spike. Yeah. Yeah, Sunfire, dude. They gotta... And I hope they make Banshee, too. And Thunderbird. Make all of those other X-Men that didn't quite make the cut in the 80s. Also, I want both Psylocks. I want Asian Psylocke and I want Irish Psylocke. Alright. Okay, looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and start doing... Let's start doing the glass bits. This truck is looking pretty good. It's all dingy up here. Dingy there. Okay. Where's that cool crystal, glassy glass crystal effect? Which I know is here, because I just used it on Mysterio. Oh, I have blue-gray too. That's actually quite good for the windows. It's going to take me a second to find it. How is it not where I saw it 90 times in a row? Just decided to leave, did it? Oh, Firestar. Taken from the cartoons. Let's see. Dude, where is my cool... I'm telling you, I paid good money for that. Is it an orange? No, it's a... I believe it's a black or yellow lid. But it is here because I saw it a million times before. It is definitely here. Start looking for stuff. It's AK Blue Black. One day I will find it. When you're looking for something, do you sometimes pretend like you're looking for something else in order to trick the fake karma gods into letting you find what you're actually looking for? I do that. Because I'm dumb and superstitious. So, there's that. It is here, dude. It has a black top. It is not that. If you are not it, you will be returned below. Okay, so here's the crystal light blue. This is not what I want. I want the dark blue. But you can tell it does exist. I just have to find it. It is up here. Crystal red for the stoplight. Yeah, they have Viper. Shadow Cat learning everything about what is available in MCP. Which, hey, why not? You're going to want to learn. Aha! This must be it. Blue black. There it is. I found it. Okay. There we go. We just pretended I was looking for something else, and we found it. All right. You can airbrush this, or you can just... I thought Logan's wife was Lady Deathstrike. Did I just remember that wrong? That's what I thought. Ooh. I feel like I have too much on there. Yeah, I do have too much on there. There's just too much on that one window. There we go. Now it's starting to work better. They never married. Oh, okay. You're talking about Lady Deathstrike. Poor Logan. Yeah, no love for Logan. He's a short little angry Asian dude, you know? I feel that. I feel that. Ooh. This paint is absolutely better for airbrush. I wanted that. I just wanted a tint on there. Okay, cool. All right, looking pretty good. Yes, we're now discussing all of the Marvel canon. Yeah, I'm going to take your guys' word for everything because I have not read a comic book in, 30 years. So I'm just going to take your word for it. All right. Pretty good. It's looking pretty good. He was not worthy. That's rough. Dang. That's a pretty Asian answer right there. Okay. Any other effects I would do on this just to make it look dirtier, which I'm down to do. Like, adding grime is always kind of fun. Let's add a little bit. Let's add a little bit of grime. Okay. Let me make sure I have the right. The right kind of dirt to add to this. And we're just going to add dirt. All right. So let's add. So I already have some dirt here, but let's add a little more dirt. More dirt there. Here. Let's add some dirt. Right. Basically right along the rail here. Right. That's a good place to add dirt right there. Right. And you can kind of run that dirt line all the way across there. Run a dirt line here. Right. That's where dirt would tend to go. You can see it blends in, feathers out really easily. So you can go pretty dirty. I'm going to let that dry and actually hit that with the crystal. But I want dirt around the door. Right, I want this dirt here. Still have to write in the menu. Dirt there. Definitely dirt here. Okay. All right, let's write the menu in. This is the part that's rough. Let's do it. I'm sure I could just find like a super fine tip white marker to put this in, but I don't have that. All I have is my brush. So I'm just going to write the word tacos. T. Tacos. Right? There you go. Can you see the word tacos? How much are street tacos? Street tacos are typically, we're going to go for some really raunchy street tacos. we're going to go for $3 tacos. $3 tacos. Right? Well, screwed up the dollar sign a little bit. $2? Damn it. This is, hey, go find a new taco truck then. I don't want to write the rest of this out. I really don't. It's not fun. No, I can't even get it to flow. Can't even get it to flow. Ooh. That's flown too much. Okay. Wait, Hulk, toss the truck. Alright, so you got carne. Alright, we got pollo. I can't fit it. I can't fit it. And I'm definitely not going to be able to write carnitas on there. But, but you can see there, carne, pollo. I'll make these look like words, but I'm not gonna spell them all out. Okay, right? Okay, so there you can kind of see the menu, the taco menu. Would you love to see Banshee's daughter? Yes. Wow, this is one dirty ass truck. What's up, Andrew? Yo. Ah! It's just, it was a good idea when I started it, but now it's not. Oh, it's still alright. It's still alright, right? Watch this. There. This is how fancy this, there's a little, it doesn't matter what kind of food truck there is, but there's always a little flower at the bottom. Like, it's like their way of saying, thank you, we're going to make art for you. And then, right, in this case, it would be for agua fresca. Do you want it? If you want a little agua fresca? Now the agua fresca is going to cost more than the actual tacos, because that's taco truck law. especially if you're going to have some good agua fresca, right? I personally like the strawberry or watermelon agua fresca. This time it's going to cost you $5 for agua fresca. That's right. See, Hulk is getting ready to throw the truck again. Does not like the pricing. Hulk does not like the pricing on my shitty taco truck. So yeah, all right. But fun little truck. Let's get the. All right, I gotta find the liquid crystal to make the glass look like glass. And I know I've got it. I just don't know where. I last used it on Mysterio, who Sean will tell you is awesome. Mysterio is great and should be basically in every game of MCP. Best character ever. Let's see. Jose, you never had Aqua Fresca before? Man, you missing out, man. If you want something that is really, really, really like deeply, insanely refreshing, but also sweet, which is kind of a weird combo, Agua Fresca, right? If you just want refreshing, go get yourself like the cucumber infused water, right? That's like the most refreshing. But if you're trying to refresh a little kid, like my kids, you fork out the extra money, right? You use some of that dad guilt bucks, like, oh, I'm gonna play a game later today, so I better be nice to my kids. I went, oh, good. I'm gonna get down to the range. I better buy my kids something nice. Here, have an agua fresca, kid. So I do that, and they have. But yeah, my son Octavius, he really likes the strawberry agua fresca, and me personally, they're not too sweet as to like give you a headache. The way I'll just call it out, like the way American desserts are disgusting. I'm just going to tell you, as a man who loves donuts, and yes, I do love donuts, and I'm not talking bad on you, donuts. American desserts they're over the top, they're gross, they're just too sweet, it's too much at once, they're rich, and you're going to have the diabetes, right? Go out and get you some Asian dessert, get some, some of the Mexican stuff is pretty good for dessert. Some of it is over the top, but agua fresca, if you got a good agua fresca stand, like, go for it. Like, fork the money out, because it really is delicious. Yeah, Sean, oh my god, Mysterio is the best dude. He does what Mysterio is supposed to do. He hangs out on the table, and when you try to get to him, and he's just annoying and cagey, and you can't get to him. And then when he finally shows up, he just, like, he makes it so you still have to hang out with him. Like, you can't just walk up and kill him. He's just gonna make your life hell. Sometimes, like, he hangs out with Venom, and Venom will eat you, and Mysterio is quietly watching you get eaten. And so Mysterio is great. Who put over Simpson in this game? But yeah, as much as I love donuts, I do love donuts, but get yourself some good, like, Asian desserts are great because they're mild. They're sweet. They're sweet, but they don't give you that crazy, I'm about to have diabetes and die headaches that the like American desserts will have. But yeah, I don't know. Am I the only person in this that thinks aqua fresca is delicious? It is. I can't have a whole one. But like I said, I buy it for my kids because I feel guilty. I'm gonna be playing. I'm playing Guild Ball or MCP or Malifaux or something later. So, here you go. Here you go, kiddo. Relax. I spend plenty of time with my kids, but I do like to spoil my kids though. I do like to give them treats and stuff like that because it's great. You're an adult. Your parents didn't buy you that shit. You'd be like, hey, can I have a agua fresca? And they'd be like, what is that? Shut up. $5 for a drink? They just yell at you. They judge your life. You're like 7 years old. Why aren't you in college? And I'm like, Dad, I'm 7. So get your kid an agua fresca, okay? Just fix some part of your own soul by taking care of your kids. That's gonna be my my helpful hint for the day. I cannot find this liquid crystal stuff. I'll do one more sweep here, and then if not, we're still gonna seal up the other minis. Venom is Chuck D and Mysterio is Flavor Flav because Mysterio is the hype man. Yeah, he just does the. I will accept your analogy, sir. Now, Mysterio is just freaking awesome, though. He is just good times, okay? That's all you need to know. He will make sure cool stuff happens. Oh, that was a rough game. Sean had really bad dice. Whenever Sean came up and he's like, okay, I got this figured out. I'm going to do this move that's just going to wreck you, right? So Sean powers up and he's got it all lined up and he goes up there and he rolls his dice and he's got nothing. And his dice tell him, nope, not today. And it was bad. And the retaliation, his dice said, oh, here's all your hits, Sean. I was just kidding. Here's all your hits. But none of them were shields. And so, like I said, it was bad times. It was bad times for Wakanda today. It wasn't a great Wakanda day. Yeah. What else do we have to say? Venom and Mysterio were ridiculous, and then I played the crazy to close out the game. I played like the crazy Doc Ock Green Goblin card, which is awesome, but it's super expensive. But it causes all opposing players holding an asset to drop their asset and take damage. It's like, and they just all drop their stuff. It's like the most anti-Web Warriors card there is. Because Web Warriors think they're, we're going to cruise onto another cool turn and score all these points. And then Doc Ock and Green Goblin are like, no, you think so, Peter Parker? And they just like wreck them. Yeah, I know you weren't mad. It's just it's rough to, like, when your dice are bad, it's rough, and when your opponent is also, when you're playing against a guy who's having bad luck, I also feel a little guilty too. You know what I mean? I know you do too. Like, if you're playing against me and my dice had just not shown up that day, you'll feel a little bad. Or not. You could not feel guilty and then just be a dick. Just kidding. No, I mean, usually, yeah, you're like, oh shit. Like, usually when my opponent's rolling dice, I do just a little quick math in my head. I'm like, okay, he's going to get this much. And when they fail catastrophically, I actually do feel like really bad for them because I'm like, oh, because I'd already mentally prepared myself for here's what I expect them to do, and then a lot of times opponents spike hard against me, like Jason, so I just get mad. Like Jason, God, son of a bitch, Jason, and he just he just rolls all crit. Jason just look, it's all crit, and you just get upset. But when it goes the other way, you feel guilty. When Jason flubs a dice roll hard, you're like, he had it coming. I'm just kidding, but yeah, I mean, right? When you have the people that you play against regularly, right? Like I know Nelson's gonna usually get some shit rolls. I'm like, yeah. Nelson has shit rolls. When Nelson's hot, like everybody calls it out. Like, oh man, Nelson got hot. That's crazy, right? If Nelson, but when Nelson's just having shit rolls, you're like, oh yeah, Nelson just has shit rolls. It's when it goes like wildly the other way. I guess I could use crystal smoke. I could use that if I really want to. Can I use that? And make for darker windows? It's not a bad thought. Could do that. What did I just do with it? Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually used this. Actually, when they got an objective runner trying to run away. Yeah, when you play that card, yeah, it's pretty rough, right? Let's say like Felicia makes it to the corner of the table, and it's like, bye Felicia, and then you play that card, and Felicia takes enough damage to die, and then drops the thing. That's pretty rough. Let's see. Jason's dice roll has been cold lately. Oh wow. Yeah, Jason's typically like super hot roller most of the time. Even that's above my average. Yeah, it's true. He gets mad. What? Only 3 crits on a 5 dice roll? Oh, I've gone cold. All right. Let's tint these windows out a little bit. All right. Ooh. That's not flowing so well. Ooh, that's too much. Right? Yeah. A little too much water. Might as well just remove it. Right, just remove it. Whoop. Better off just doing that. Right? Not letting anything run. Okay, crystal smoke sucks. That's what we learned today. Don't use crystal smoke. That looks terrible. It's a little upsetting. What if I just... Hold on, what if I just did this? No, it still sucks. See that? It's like pig guts. It does not... Let's just pull 90% of it off. I understand. Some paints like that, just meant to be airbrush paints, I suppose. I mean, I could spray it. I guess I should. I could spray those on. Might as well. It'll look, should look pretty good. And then I gotta seal those other ones. Jason D's Hawkeye first activation. Hey look, Hawkeye. Just dazed him. That's sad. Ooh. Alright. let's get a little crystal smoke on here. I mean, okay, that's actually kind of nice. It is actually doing a nice kind of tint job. Kind of like that. Oh, I gotta blow all that out. I kind of like this crystal smoke as an airbrush paint. It's pretty nice. As a wet paint, as a brush paint, it's pretty terrible. But look at that, as an airbrush paint, pretty nice. Uh-oh. Hold on. What? And take that out. I just got a weird speckle on there that we didn't like. Let's go ahead and fix that. Oh, yeah, it's a little spit. One day I'll just run hunters or killers tomorrow. Nice. Ooh, I made a clean spot. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can correct this by quickly, kind of rapidly drying that out. And then there we go. Okay, that should turn out okay. All right, and then let's go ahead and start sealing up the other minis. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's seal up Cable, Deadpool, and Domino, and we'll get some satin varnish on this truck as well. But yeah, this is one dingy looking truck. Are you gonna play? Are you gonna be breaking out X-Force anytime soon, Nelson? I'm wondering. So let's seal the man himself, right? Seal him up. Seal up Domino. It's also quick, right? Just bam. I'm gonna seal up Cable. Okay, cool. Pretty happy with most of this. Oh, don't want to. Hold on. Put Cable back over there. And then for this, I want to kind of seal this fairly far away. Right. Trying to avoid the windows because I want the windows to remain fairly glossy. So, but yeah, okay. Happy with that. Let's clear this out. You like to try it myself. Most players think it's kind of shitty with the Cables team. That's cool. Yeah, me and Sean were talking about just playing what the internet thinks is bad. Like Guardians of the Galaxy. Or Guardians of the Galaxy, or what was the other one? Inhumans? Those are like the kind of... Those are considered low-tier teams. Spider Foes is also considered low-tier. Which is like, what? Spider Foes seem kind of dope to me. Their team leadership ability, yeah. I was explaining that their team leadership ability is not great, but it does come out in games when you're trying to close out a game, or you're trying to, just that little bit of extra to get you, over the top in a game. Then the leadership ability does come out when you're just trying to get that last little bit of damage in. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just not as great as, say, Web Miles Power. Or even Amazing Spider-Man, his leadership ability is still better than Spider Foes and Guardians of the Galaxy, right? So, I don't know. I think Spider Foes, they don't have the best leadership ability, but they're still a really solid team, in my opinion. So, anyway. Okay, so... Alright, folks, well, that is going to do it. I mean, these are just about ready to go. We're going to let the sealer dry on these, and then Nelson will arrange a time to meet up this week and get these over to you. So, and hopefully we'll get in some gaming this week, guys. So, anyways, that is going to do it for this stream. Want to thank everyone for watching. Have a good night, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.